Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. On today's tutorial I'm going to be teaching you guys on how to make this lovely straight skirt. Do you see how it's sitting well on my client? So the skirt length is 39, the hips is 35, while the waist is 30. Let's get started. So now I'm bringing out my measurement. The measurement is 39 by length. So now I'm trying to measure. Normal measurement is 39, so I added 2.5 inches at the down part. Now the 2 inches will be for turning up the lining at the down part, while the half inches will be for joining the waist to the band. Sorry, I need to measure earlier. The waist, I removed 2 inches from the upper part. So now the waist is 30 inches. So 30 divided by 4 is 7.5 plus 1 inches for the dart and another 2 extra inches. So now from shoulder to from waist to hip is 7 inches. So now you come down by 7 inches. You now measure your waist. The waist is 35 divided by 4 is 9. I used 9. So plus extra 2 inches sewing allowance. So now you now come down maybe 5 inches downward a little. So anything you get, maybe your waist is your hip is 9 inches, you added extra 2 inches making 11 inch. So now you have to remove 1 inches from it to make it firm and the down part. So now if your hip is 11 inches that you measured in that point, you have to remove 1 inches making 10. So the down part will be 10 inches. You now bring it down the way I'm doing it. You rule it with your ruler. So you cut it out. Then after cutting the front panel, you have to bring it on your back panel. So now you will now measure 1.5 inches for your zipper allowance and bring out the exact measurement you bring from the front. So I've added my zipper allowance. I'm trying to cut it out the way the front is. And I'm trying to split the zipper allowance point because it's folded into 2 before. So I'm trying to split it into 2 now. So now the down part, I told you earlier that I added extra 2.5 inches to it. So now you have to remove that half inches from it for joining the upper part. So now you just have to launch it at that point. So now I'm trying to arrange the front panel on my lining. So that 2 inches at the down part that you added to it, you have to fold it up this way. For me, I prefer cutting it this way because sometimes after cutting it, maybe some people will turn the down part up before cutting. So after sewing, it will be as if the lining is short. It's shorter than the dress, it's shorter than the clothes after sewing it. But now if you cut it this way, there are going to be excess at the upper part. So now after sewing, you will be the one to trace it out. So now you turn it up this way and cut it. So what I did for the front panel, I'm also going to do it for the back panel. In that place I also lost, I'm going to turn it up this way and cut it out. You can press it with your iron. I'm also trying to split the lining into two. Now what I'm trying to do, I want to cut out the band for the waist. You know, it's going to be folded into two to make it neat. So now I'm trying to arrange it very well. Now I cut 5 inches wide for the band. You know, I'm going to fold in 1/2 inches. So I'm still going to fold it into two. You are going to iron your stay on it and fold it into two. So your waist measurement is going to come out here. So now the waist of my client is 30. So now you can add extra 4 inches allowance to it because of the zipper allowance at the back. So to make it firm, we add extra allowance to it. So like that 30, that 30 I will add maybe extra 5 inches to it, or 4 inches, make it 34 or 35 by 5 inches. This is the stay I'm going to iron on it. So I will show you after ironing it. You are going to place it this way and iron. So now I've now ironed my stay on the band. You see the way it's very neat. So now you now fold the edges this way and iron into two parts. So now I've turned my lining with my dress. So after turning it, this is the way it is. This is the back panel, while this is the front panel. What you have to do now, you have to put your darts. You have to put your dart and now join the two sides. So after joining, you now have to take your band. So you just have to put it in between the skirt, the way I'm placing it now. Just have to put it in between your dress and sew it on your machine. I will show you after the way I did it. So this is it. You see how lovely our skirt is? Very lovely. You have to put it in between it and sew around your machine. Do you see how lovely it is? Thank you guys for watching. See you next on my next tutorial. Thank you. Please subscribe. Bye.